The next folks I'd like to bring out today, I got to tell you, it's so humble, and it's really great to get to know them over the years. And if you'll notice, those 3 seats are empty right now, because I want to introduce you to a man he's a newlywed. He's been married 28 years, and he's got 4 children, 3 grandchildren, and 1 more on the way. He worked at Cisco for 31 years. Most of you that have been in the business for a while remember when John would do meetings after he got off his warehouse shift. And Bernadette worked for Gary Resnick, a dentist, for 25 years. He retired in 2.5 years when he started working part-time at CCM. He's been with CCM for almost 6 years. He has in his group the most regional directors, the most executive directors, and most national directors in the company. Would you please welcome granddaughter Gianna, Bernadette, and John Rakityan.
Does anybody in Cincinnati thanks for my wife Bernadette and Gianna, okay? Rakityan. The reason this song is playing was almost 30-some years ago, I was on a dance floor, looking down on a dance floor at January's in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm from Cleveland, right? And my future wife was down there, and I was a young, strapping Marine jock, you know, and had a couple spirits that I'm gonna go after this lady who is the absolutely most beautiful woman in the place. Now, you know, guys, when you're growing up, you know, it's hard to go after the pretty ladies, right? And go out there and try to court them. The confidence thing is really hard. I never did that before. I didn't date a lot in high school. All right, I was like 21 years old, 22 years old, we started to date and knew each other. In high school, we didn't like each other. I had a greasy army jacket with the long hair, and she, you know, I'd go over her house because her brother was there, and she'd say, "You can't sit at the dinner table, sit on the stairs. You smell like gasoline," you know? And because I was an old mechanic, I liked the muscle cars and all that stuff growing up, but it took me 5 years of hard work to court that woman and marry her. And because of it, we have 4 children, beautiful children, 3 grandchildren, and my son Johnny just said he's gonna have a baby, okay? That's propagation, right? So, first of all, I have a lot to be thankful for. Obviously, my family, the Lord, you know, Doug Teskey's in the back right now. I mean, I have a lot to be thankful because Doug is really the guy that sold me on the business, okay? Doug was the one that came, you know, into Cleveland, Ohio for me, and I'm gonna do a couple things, all right? I'm gonna talk to you from my heart about, you know, how I built the business, but what I'm gonna really talk to you about right now is how does this business fit in the 21st century? A lot of people look at this like it's just another one of those things. Guys, I've done the vitamins, the patches, the weight loss, the juices. I've done travel in 3 companies, okay? I did good in all of them, but I never hit a grand slam, okay? This product, when I market it and sell it to somebody and get bills, I get to help somebody. At nighttime, I don't have to go to bed, lay down with my conscience bothering me, the guilt in my heart that I charged somebody $100 and some for their last $100 and some to get in to buy an auto ship of $149 a month. That is not what we're about, okay? The whole demographics, you heard Todd Allen speak, right? Todd is talking about the world is changing. If you do not market, not just a consumable anymore, because all those other things, jewelry and Pampered Chef and the baskets and all that, that is a consumable that you have to pay out on. But CCM is a give-back program. Every one of your customers is going to save way more money than you're ever going to make on them. Way more money than you're ever going to make on them, okay? You are not here to set up family members, to bring them to your house and trick them because you made your special spaghetti dinner, right? You are here to help them save money on what? Their essential products, the necessities they use every day. Did you know the stats out there are crazy? People pay their energy bills right after they pay their house, before they pay any of the other bills, before they buy food. They pay their energy bills because gas and electric's got to flow. You know that, right? So think about what we have here. We have not just a company that can now help people in 34, 35 states. we now, with the home automation, can help people save what? Anywhere between 15 to 20% right now in all 50 states. Come on, all right? That is just, I'm already looking at guys that said, you know, I'd like to join your company, but you don't have anything in Utah. You don't have anything. Well, listen, now we do. You know, Doug is going to share a little bit, guys, about what is coming and what is taking place and what you're seeing out there on the booth, and it is phenomenal. It is a phenomenal product line. I will tell, I like technology, all right? Even though I'm 51 years old and I'm not from the tech thing. Even my kids are techie and I got to fix their stuff. I don't know what that's all about, but I love technology. I like to sit here and say, hey, you know, I could tell that somebody just came through my door, that was my kid. Or I want to know who, you know, what is my consumption every day? What is, you know, where am I saving the money at? How am I helping what? The consumer out there save money. You see, CCM blindsided me. When I joined CCM, and I'm going to use the word join lightly, okay? Because what I'm about to share in a few seconds is I'm going to show you how I really built a business my first day, okay? That's what we're going to get at. But when I came into CCM, I was realizing that, oh my gosh, I never knew anything about energy. I didn't know anything about natural gas. I didn't know anything about, you know, what electricity did. When we started CCM, we had apps that we had to use. We had a simple back office. We had to do everything with natural gas in Ohio. We didn't even have Michigan natural gas. We started, you know, with just a natural gas in Ohio, and Doug, you know, he shares that many times in many meetings. But what do you guys don't know about us? You've heard me share the story where Doug says, you know, Johnny had me come in to a restaurant and I spoke and walked around tables and the place was packed with, you know, 68, 78 people for his first meeting. Well, let me tell you how I did that. All the incredible leaders up here all have success in their own way. And it's up to you to decide which way are you going to do that? Which path are you going to take? There's many paths into the kingdom. Right? There's many paths also in not the kingdom, okay? There's many paths in life, you know that. And I'm just gonna tell you, me being at Cisco 31 years, doing this 2.5 years before I retired, it truly retired myself and my wife sitting here today in our 50s, okay? That doesn't happen today, all right? That doesn't happen by accident, okay? So this is gonna be a nuts and bolts. There's gonna be a couple gut punches, I'm gonna let you know that. I'm a blue-collar guy. I had spent a lot of time in the Marine Corps. I have that type of value. Failure has never been a product of my lifestyle. If something, even if I did fail at something, I just said, well, we're just gonna run over it. It's just a part of the process. It's a learning experience, okay? So get your pens out, and I want you to do something with me. I want you to write down, what is your next 90-day goal? Danny's gonna share a little bit about this in a little bit. I'm gonna share with you how John Rakityan launched his CCM business. Does anybody know who Xbox or Microsoft is, or PlayStation? Did they just tell everybody they were bringing out the new PS4 or the new Xbox One, or did they launch it? They launched it. Most of you in this room, you joined CCM to join CCM. And I'm telling you, that is not the way to do it, okay? It's the wrong way. So if you think that you join CCM and something's gonna happen, a person calls you the next day, oh my gosh, you're a utility broker? I didn't know that. No one's gonna do that. You've got to have a basic plan. Now listen, I left a travel company. I was not happy with my upline. My upline, I felt, was a little unrighteous, and I did not want to have anything to do with them. And I told my wife, I'm leaving. I'm leaving that company. I'm leaving that company. I'm going to do something on my own where I can lead people and I can lead them the way I want to lead them, from my heart, from building down there, from being at the table with you, from going to the meetings, from helping people build from day one out. And let me explain what I did. I didn't say, call up Uncle so-and-so. I didn't call all the people from my sales team before. I couldn't. I legally was bound not to recruit anybody from my previous company. And it wasn't a lot, guys. Okay? It wasn't like at CCM, thousands and thousands of people. But here's what I did. I put down a list of 47 names. 47 names I built. It took me 6 weeks of researching CCM, talking to people online about energy deregulation, and I met with this 72-year-old, and he changed my whole view of energy. He says, energy is not just the future, it's the way to build from the ground up your residual income for life. He says, what you need to do is you need to launch your business this way. He mentored thousands of millionaires, this guy, okay? He says, make that list, and I want you not to tell anybody you're getting ready to launch your business, and in one day I'm gonna change your life. One day, when I get done showing you the way that I did this, you guys, you're gonna say, my gosh, John did more in one day than I did in the last 2 years or the last 18 months. Because I'm gonna show you that time compression, compressing and folding time is critical. Every one of you is on my sales team, but I only know maybe 10% of you by first name. That is compressing time. When I was at Cisco, I was nothing but a soldier. I worked in the warehouse, I drove trucks, I did tow motors, I was the blue-collar guy in the union, I was the pain in the butt, because we'd go into meetings, and I'd be smiling, I'd go, hey, where's the humanity? Come on, let's fire these guys up. I didn't care about the workload. I did it. I excelled at it. I loved my job. I really did. No offense to any of these guys that, say that a JOB is bad. Yes, it was tiring, and it was long hours, and it was 4 a.m. every morning, but then I built my business. Now watch what happened here. On a Sunday night, I populated my list. On Sunday night, I called every single person on that list. I go, this is John Rakityan, you know who I am? This is only in Cleveland. This wasn't in Toledo. This wasn't in Houston, Texas. This wasn't people I know all over the country. I know it's critical to build locally. You must learn to build locally. A professional launches a business. An amateur joins a business. Write that down. A professional launches a business. An amateur joins a business. And there is a big difference. I called all 48 people. I got a hold of 30 people by midnight on Sunday night. I said, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., I am holding a launch call for my company. I want you on there. On that call, now listen to this, 12 people showed up. 12 people on Monday morning showed up. That was it. I didn't talk about the comp plan because I didn't know it. I didn't talk about how great energy is. I didn't say anything like that. All I did was tell everybody, you 12 have got to have at least 10 people on the noon meeting, and you are going to be the first to market. You're going to have first advantage in my team to join this whole new product line coming to Ohio. That's what I told them, because it's the truth. Think about this. When that 12 o'clock call came around, there were 47 people on that call. Still, nobody knew I was launching my CCM business with energy. Those 47 people on that call, I says, you gotta be on that too. I am bringing Mr. Doug Teskey, the CEO, on the call. He is going to explain to you how powerful this industry is for 15 minutes and what we're getting ready to do. Every single person went out and got at least 5. It was like 100 and some people on that call. On that call, I said, Mr. Teskey is going to be here tonight at the Winking Lizard. This is the story nobody's ever heard in the company. You all heard that we launched that Winking Lizard, but you never found out how I launched my business. People complained, oh, I need 3 days to call people. I go, you're at home. What do you need 3 days for? I was giving them 2 hours and 2-hour increments and 2-hour increments. That's how I launched my CCM business. And to this day, it has paid me from the first day. I knew what I wanted to do in the first week. I knew where I wanted to be in the first month was an executive director, which I did. My team put 100 people in 30 days, okay? I knew all that because when you run a business, you've got to know the numbers. Does Microsoft know exactly where their money's coming and going from? Does Cisco? Does some of the small businesses have programs that do that? Why doesn't yours? Because you don't take it serious enough, okay? I'm being really honest. This company is a life-changing product. Did you hear about Kurt? Kurt was humble up here. Kurt, where are you at? Where are you at, Kurt? Where do you go? How many companies, now how many customers does your team have now to date, combined? Over 3,000, okay? Over 3,000. But it didn't start with one. Kurt had his way of going out and going after customers and teaching his brokers how to do that. I caused momentum. I caused a big surge of importance, all right? One thing I want to tell you guys is that, when you're looking at the income goals, you must set your goals from day one, not just with the income, but you're also the position that you want to be in the company. You need to know the compensation plan inside, but you don't want to explain the compensation plan outside. It'll confuse people. You heard some of the other people here said that they put on the fire hose, right? They turn the fire hose on and they just burn the people up. This is the business of the 21st century. You need to launch it like a professional. Not like someone just joining a company. If people are just gonna join you and pay $199 to get in and just sit there, give them their money back, okay? We are looking for like-minded people. This is how I launched my business. I caused the momentum. When Doug came to that meeting, there were 68 people or 70-some people that showed up. There were people there I didn't even know were on that call. All I told them was, you got to be here tonight. We are going to have applications there. People are going to sign up directly online. And Doug will tell you the story. He drove from Cleveland to Toledo. 44 pings hit his phone. 44 people signed up in one night. One night, okay? That's how I launched my business. I am a launcher. You know what my job was in the Marine Corps? Does anybody know what a how can I say this without being jarhead here? Does anybody know what a tow missile is? Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what a dragon is? I was a dragon. I launched missiles. I'm a launcher. It's funny how I went from the Marine Corps into my own business and I launched this business, right? But here's what's really cool about what I loved about it. When I launched the business, I did the same thing with the next guy that wanted to lead the same way. I did calls all day for them, all right? Jackson Brothers, give them a round of applause for being EDs, okay? You guys take up 30% of my day, and I love it. Three-way calls, introductory call. John, we got a new guy, a welcome call. A welcome call. They have the grace to put a national director on with their brand new broker. A welcome call. Isn't that great? Isn't that ingenious? But nobody else does. Nobody else does. Don't clap so fast, okay? Nobody else does. The reason I'm saying this is because there is a system to this. People need to, how can I say this? You need to give them hope. We live on hope here. The opportunity is great. We want to help people save money, but we really are here to change lives. Our lives, Bernadette and I, my granddaughters, or my children, it has changed us completely. Mike Healy has one of those great sayings out there, there's a big difference in making a living and having a lifestyle. We just now, in the last 5 years, have changed our lifestyle. This is our home run because of what CCM offered. Now we're moving into an opportunity in all 50 states, okay? Learn how to launch your business. Where's Mike Valley at? Mike, a leader is a reader. You have to train yourself. I'm not kidding you, this works. The goal setting works. It's critical that you are setting goals and you're watching those goals, all right? How many of you in this room right now have an accountability partner? Honestly, if you're in business, you should, okay? Everybody should be accountable. Don't have your wife your accountability partner. Back someone in the business your accountability partner. You've got to have that. So let me go over this again. Make your list. You know the old saying, make your list so you can invite people? No. Don't invite someone to a meeting. There's a national director there first. Launch your own team. Take responsibility for what you're doing. Who in here said it was network marketing? Was that you, Mr. Haney? It really is work. But let me tell you something. It ain't work no more for me. I'm just loving you guys up. I'm hugging you. I'm congratulating you. Woo, it was hard pulling out them 2 big jerseys today. Man, you guys don't have hockey jerseys. You guys got goalie jerseys, man. They're the biggest brokers in CCM was the sports. But I love it because now I'm helping them lift the weights. I'm helping you guys lift weights, right? My goal is to get you guys a national director. That's my goal, okay? All right? Because they asked for it. They asked for it. My goal is to help every single person here that calls me on the phone and says, John, I'm there for you. How many people, by a sign of hands, how many of you in this room have I never returned your phone call? Exactly. That's a leader. You need to take care of your people. Do not sign someone up and let them go. Shame on you. I'm being very honest from my heart. I love this company. This company is on a mission right now. This company is getting ready to hit real critical momentum in this country. This whole room should be national directors in the next 4 or 5 years, if not less, okay? Think about that. And that's just the beginning. With the compensation that we have, guys, I can go to any company in America, any corporate company, and ask them, who's the last one that hit a $10,000 bonus on your sales team? I know. Who's the last one that hit a $5,000? Now we have $5,000. How about a round of applause for Doug doing that, huh? Every 50? Some of you are looking in your back office right now. I'm close, right? More people on stage, more people getting jerseys, more people being promoted. But what does it ultimately do? It pays you the largest residual check in network marketing history. Why? Because that residual is on commercial and residential energy. Those are the biggest I have ever seen. When you hear of somebody closing a complex or closing a manufacturing, or where's Mr. Christy Mass? Is he here anywhere? Where's Christy? Where's he at? Christy. He puts me on the phone last week. John, I'm sitting down with the guy that's the head of procurement for 4 hospitals and 30 med centers. I don't know what to tell him. Now, he's telling me this in front of the guy. He's saying, I don't know what to tell him. What do we say? But he did it. He got in. He got past the gatekeeper, and we're now speaking with those companies. I think Andy's working with one of your people right now, isn't he? Andrew, you're waiting for analysis on someone like that. My wife probably submitted how many bills for him? I don't even know how many it was. How many, plants and, yes. It was, what's that? 6 in one day, right, in one day, right. And they were like plants and stuff like that, 3 million, 2 million. This guy just gave himself like a $5,000 to $10,000 pay raise, you guys. Is this network marketing or what? This is where it's at, okay? I'm looking out there and I'm telling people, I'm saying, listen, they come to me, John, I got an ego. I want you to take care of me. I'm a big network marketer. I go, can you put 100 people in this business? Because if you do, you're going to create more residual income than you have in any of the companies you've ever been with. That's the first thing I ask these guys. Show me your residual check. Because they all talk a big talk. They all fake it till they make it. But I get to show them I make X amount of dollars on electric. I make X amount of dollars on gas. I make X amount of dollars on telecom. And that speaks volumes. My check since I've been here for the last 5.5 years has never gone backwards. Ever. And I get paid on Friday like just a normal person does, and I get paid on the 25th, and that is a testament to the man that's getting ready to come out here, okay? I want you to think about that. Can you imagine having a check that's never the same every week? Probably would freak you out, wouldn't it? Well, I like the increasing check. I don't like the decreasing check, right? This is just the beginning, guys. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to bring up the speaker, Terry. Danny Piper, where'd you go? Where's Danny? Danny and Chris, I want a round of applause for those two for putting this on, okay? Everybody else helping, thank you so much. Hey, we do love you guys, okay? And do not be afraid to call me. You guys know my number. Thank you very much.